Sunshine Law in these cases. The spirit of the Sunshine Law is that any public body conducts their business with transparency and openness to every member of the community. Their actions were conducted at public meetings. The minutes were kept and even provided to the Secretary of State's office for review. And after the case, the civil litigation was filed, not much of an issue was ever made of that issue. And it gave the appearance that we were remaining in compliance. So, I mean, these are technical violations. They're not criminal. We are saddened that, it did result in the finding in which it did and the financial consequences to our county in which it's caused. But at the same token, I think if what we're here to do is to determine whether or not removal is appropriate for these board members, and albeit it is a viable option under the law, under 3501.16. We do not dispute that. But if you look at the totality of these circumstances and the violations that occurred here, I would submit that such removal would be inappropriate, and that some lesser sanction, whether it's, again, placing them on administrative oversight or limiting their ability to serve after their current term is over, might be appropriate. Maybe the Secretary of State might find it beneficial and appropriate to consider using what has happened with our county board as a tool to educate in advance. This is what can happen to you if you don't pay attention, even as innocently as it may be. That with the proper training, maybe Mr. Kuhlman and or Ms. Dillinger could be advocates of the Sunshine Law, speak to the other county boards. There still remains to be 87 boards that are also subject to this rule and regulation as well. And I think with a heightened attention to this, not only can we avoid it happening in this county ever again, but statewide. And I think that's where the Secretary of State's focus obviously sure is, and I would just submit that to the Secretary for his consideration as an appropriate alternative. And although when you first read the judge's findings and conclusion, and as reactionary as we've become with social media and everything's right there in our face right away, bang, it's right there. Maybe it's an opportunity, and this hearing does provide us that, to step back and say, okay, what truly happened here? So we can examine those facts and make sure that whatever action the Secretary feels is appropriate is just and fits the consequences and the circumstances of this case.